Hi and welcome back to the channel. Noel here from Blackwater Salmon Fishery. In today's video we're going to discuss the 3 knots that I use to get me through the season. They're 3 relatively easy knots to tie, but they will cover you for most of your fishing. Just before we get into it, guys, I just wanted to let you know this is the fly box we'll be giving away once we hit 100 subscriptions. So to be in with a chance to win that fly box, please subscribe to the channel. Now we get back to our video. If that's something you're interested in and learning about all things salmon fishing, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to make sure you're notified whenever we upload a new video. The first knot we'll be tying is the HalfBlood knot, and this is a knot we use to attach our fly to our leader. So we begin by passing the tag end through the eye of the fly. We form a overhand loop and we proceed to wrap the line maybe 5-6 times around itself. It's important that we wrap the tag end around the standing end and not twist the fly to form these loops. So then we pass the tag end back through the open loop there just in front of the eye of the fly, and then we tighten everything up by pulling on both ends. It's important to pull on both ends there. Then we also moisten the knot to reduce friction and weakening of the line, and then we just tighten everything up, make it sit nice and tight. Fantastic knot in my opinion. Our next knot then is the perfection loop. This is a knot we use for a loop-to-loop connection for attaching our leader to our fly line perhaps. So we start by making an overhand loop in our hands and just pinching there to keep it tight. We wrap around this tag end then to form a second overhand knot, or loop should I say. Then we pass the tag end between the 2 loops, pulling the small loop then through the big loop, just to tighten everything up, keeping everything tight between our fingers. And then we moisten again, and then we pull everything tight. This fantastically strong knot, and very, very tidy going through the eyes of the rod as well. Fantastic knot. Use it an awful lot on leaders, and sometimes we actually attach flies with it as well, just to give it a bit of extra movement. Our final knot then is the surgeon's knot, or the 2-turn water knot. This again is a fantastic knot. We use it to join 2 pieces of line together, predominantly adding tippet to our tapered leaders. So what we do is we put 2 pieces of line down side by side, and then we form 2 overhand knots basically, pulling everything through, making sure you pull everything through and keep everything tight there between your thumb and your forefinger. So then once we have our 2 overhand knots formed, we grab both ends basically and we start to tighten everything up. You got to be careful here and make sure that everything tightens at the one pace, for want of a better word, to make sure everything stays nice and tight and the same size. So make sure everything is coming at the one time. So we're pulling all 4 pieces together there basically. Again, we moisten everything and then we pull on the 2 standing ends, and then we also pull on the 2 tag ends as well to try and make everything sit nice and tidy. Fantastic knot as well for joining 2 pieces of line together. So guys, those 3 knots should get you through the season more or less. You know, for 95% of what I need, those 3 knots will cover it. So again, it's like the flies last week. It's about keeping it simple, I suppose, and not overthinking it too much. Not getting bogged down in too many knots or needing to have too many knots. As always, I'll have the website and the social media accounts linked in the description below. I'll also link to Animated Knots, which is a really good resource to learn knots as well. We use it an awful lot and recommend it an awful lot to people here at the fishery. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.